TNA Rebellion April 27, 2025. TNA X Division Championship Ultimate X match. Moose defends against El Hijo del Vikingo, Matt Cardona, KC Navarro, Leon Slater and Sidney Akeem. Chaos front and center. Alicia Edwards assists and low blow helps Moose retain. Winner and still Internet Champ Moose. TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Ash and Heather by Elegance defends against NXT's Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, Jody threaten Danny Luna, Spitfire, and NXT's Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. The NXT Women's Division represented perfectly. Athletic and entertaining. Winner and still Knockouts champions Ash and Heather by Elegance. The Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, and Ace Austin, with WWE Hall of Famer Sean Waltman, vs. The System, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards and Moose with Alicia Edwards. Moose doing double duty. Chaotic in the best way possible. Winners by pinfall, Ace Austin and the Rascals. TNA International Championship match, Steve McCullen defends against Eric Young. McCullen nails Young with a big knee. McCullen rolls up Young and pins him to retain. Winner by pinfall and still TNA International Champion, Steve McCullen. After the match Northern Armory attack McCullen. Falls count anywhere, Mike Santana vs. Mustafa Ali. Instant classic. Violence was the storyteller here. Santana is back up. Ali tries to hit Santana, but he blocks it and hits Ali with a spin the block and covers him for the win. Winner by pinfall, Mike Santana. TNA Knockouts World Championship match, Masha Slamovich defends against Tessa Blanchard. Masha is up on the second rope and attempts to suplex Tessa. Tessa fights back, as Masha headbutts Tessa and they fall to the mat. Masha puts an armbar on Tessa who taps out. Winner and still TNA Knockouts World Champion, Masha Slamovich. TNA Tag Team Championship match, the Hardys, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, defends against NIC and Ryan Nemeth. As the ref's back is turned, NIC low blows Jeff and then hits him with a danger zone and tags in Ryan to make the cover, to get the win. Winners and new TNA World Tag Team Champions, NIC and Ryan Nemeth. TNA World Championship Triple Threat match, Joe Hendry defends against Frankie Kazarian and Ethan Page. Hendry picks up Kaz and slams him through the table, as it breaks in several pieces. Hendry goes back in the ring as Page attempts to hit Page with the title belt. Page drops Hendry face first with a cutter on the belt and covers Hendry, who kicks out at 2. Hendry hits Page with a standing ovation to retain. Winner and still TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry. After the match, Trick Williams comes in from behind out of nowhere and hits Hendry with a spin kick. As Hendry gets up, Trick nails him with a big knee to the fact. Now to the discussion.
Welcome to another episode of EveryRing That's Everything Wrestling. This week, we are just discussing current stories that are part of the bigger news stories. WWE. Liv Morgan is reportedly preparing to step away from WWE for a high-profile opportunity in Hollywood, and details on the project are expected to be officially unveiled next week. According to sources familiar with the situation, Morgan has landed a major role in an upcoming film, one that is already generating serious buzz behind the scenes. One insider noted that when the project is revealed, it's expected to leave a lot of people's jaws on the floor. We previously had a topic of Hollywood and wrestling, so this further solidifies the connection. In the same line, based on the acclaimed 2002 documentary The Smashing Machine, The Life and Times of Mark Kerr, the film dives deep into the life of one of MMA's most complex and dominant figures. Kerr, now 56, made his mark by winning 2 UFC heavyweight tournaments, competing in Japan's legendary Pride Fighting Championship, and earning titles in NCAA Division I Wrestling and the World Veil Tudo Championship. Meiko Satomura officially wrapped up her legendary 30-year in-ring career on Tuesday at Korakuen Hall, headlining a special Sendai Girls-produced event titled Meiko Satomura The Final. In her farewell match, Satomura teamed with Manami to defeat Aja Kong and Sendai Girls champion Chihiro Hashimoto, scoring the win with her signature Scorpio Rising kick. Following the bout, an impromptu 5-on-2 handicap match broke out, at Kong's request, with Satomura and Kong joining forces to take on a team led by Hashimoto. Stars like Nakamura, Julia and Io Sky send a heartfelt message to the legend. The time is now, projecting John Cena's final WWE matches. ESPN put out a story and we will ask the fans, what do you think the matches to fill this last run? Carmella is expanding her family once again. The WWE star took to social media on Tuesday to share the exciting news that she is expecting her second child with husband and WWE commentator Corey Graves. AEW. Bryan Danielson wrestled his final match at AEW WrestleDream 2024, where he lost the AEW World Championship to Jon Moxley. In the months leading up to his retirement, Danielson battled through a serious neck injury. At AEW All In 2024, he put his career on the line against Swerve Strickland, winning the AEW World title and extending his in-ring career by a few more months before ultimately falling to Moxley. During the interview, Danielson is happy with his career and won't pressure himself, but still mentions he has that hunger to compete. In recent interview, Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley mentioned how they are thinking about starting a family. Difficulty with pressures of the sport and working in different companies, the process will be taken seriously. AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless, Toni Storm attended the Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, screening at the TCM Film Festival this week. Timeless Toni Storm shines on the TCM Film Festival red carpet in Hollywood, the announcement on AEW's X account read. The AEW Women's World Champion attended the screening of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, on the opening night of TCM Film Festival at the Chinese theaters. In a funny scene, George Lucas photobombs Timeless Toni Storm. TNA. Recently Indy Hartwell announced she signed with TNA. This is a win for both TNA and Indy. Slater was involved in an insane Ultimate X spot that saw him dive off a 15-foot podium where the cords were hanging from, to hit a flipping senton to a pile of bodies that were supposed to catch him, but ultimately did not, resulting in his body smacking the floor with a sickening thud. According to sources, backstage at the Galen Center on 4/27, Slater appeared to be okay despite how the spot looked. After the spot, he did get up and pose for the crowd and ultimately continued the match. Big news is TNA, NXT and Triple H, newly acquired by WWE, is having a big Worlds Collide premium live event. Well, that is just a taste of news topics that tiptoes with professional wrestling. Now let's go to Arvid and discussion, which will be detailed and maybe more. Until next week, let's wrestle or whatever Arvid says.
Thank you, Lilith. We have a lot to discuss. Like always, if you want to be part of the conversation or the show, email us at everything@gmail.com. Of course, let's start off with the very sad news of the latest releases of WWE superstars. Braun Strowman, originally signed in 2013, released in June 2021, returned in September 2022, last wrestled on the April 18th episode of WWE SmackDown. Former WWE Universal Champion, WWE Intercontinental Champion, and two-time WWE Raw Tag Team Champion. Dakota Kai, originally signed in 2016, released in April 2022, returned at WWE SummerSlam 2022, last wrestled on the March 17th episode of WWE Raw. Former two-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion and two-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. Shayna Baszler, signed in 2017, last wrestled on the April 11th episode of WWE SmackDown. Former two-time NXT Women's Champion and three-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Katana Chance, signed in January 2018, last wrestled on the April 11th episode of WWE SmackDown. Former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Kaden Carter, signed in July 2018, last wrestled on the April 11th episode of WWE SmackDown. Former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Gigi Dolan, signed in January 2021, last wrestled on the April 22nd episode of WWE NXT. Made multiple appearances on TNA TV as part of the WWE TNA partnership. Former two-time WWE NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. Cora Jade, signed in January 2021, last wrestled at NXT Stand and Deliver. Made multiple appearances on TNA TV as part of the WWE TNA partnership. Former WWE NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. Eddie Thorpe, signed in January 2023. Last wrestled on the April 15 episode of WWE NXT. Jakara Jackson, signed in 2022. Appeared on the April 29 episode of WWE NXT, mutually agreeing to split from Meta-4. Riley Osborne, signed by WWE in 2021 as part of NXT UK. Joined NXT in 2023. Last wrestled on the April 9 episode of WWE Evolve. Mark Coffey, signed in 2018 as part of NXT UK. Last competed on the April 16 episode of WWE Evolve. A member of Gallus. Former NXT UK Tag Team Champion, NXT Tag Team Champion, NXT UK Heritage Cup Champion. Joe Coffey, signed in 2018 as part of NXT UK. Last competed on the April 16 episode of WWE Evolve. A member of Gallus. Wolfgang, signed in 2016 as part of NXT UK. Last competed on the April 16 episode of WWE Evolve. A member of Gallus. Former NXT UK Tag Team Champion and NXT Tag Team Champion. Oro Mensah, signed in 2019 as part of NXT UK. Appeared on Tuesday's NXT in the Meta-4 split. Former NXT UK Tag Team Champion. Javier Bernal, signed in 2022. Last wrestled on the April 9 episode of WWE Evolve. Wishing them all good luck. Several can take advantage of signing with TNA due to the working relationship and how they need to add to the women's division. Also of note, Meiko Satomura officially retired from pro wrestling on April 29, 2025, after a 30-year career. Her retirement match took place in Tokyo, Japan, at a Sendai Girls show. Satomura, a former NXT UK Women's Champion, is expected to remain involved with the NXT brand in a coaching capacity. Also, WWE superstar Liv Morgan has been cast in a major role in the movie Bad Lieutenant, Tokyo starring Nicolas Cage. AEW announces 7-event residency to take place at former ECW Arena. AEW is taking over the former ECW Arena later this year. All Elite Wrestling confirmed it will host a multi-week residency at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia later this year. The events, which include Dynamite and Collision tapings and the Raw Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view, will take place in August and September. Eiji Enduka is now officially a free agent, having quietly parted ways with All Elite Wrestling. Enduka's contract with AEW recently expired, ending a run that began in early 2023. Though his appearances on AEW television were limited, he was a regular on Ring of Honor, where he teamed with Lee Johnson as the tag team, Liege. TNA Wrestling has reportedly promoted Eric Tompkins and Ross Foreman to vice president roles within the company. Also, TNA has announced they will set up a policy to limit bleeding and excessive blood. Savannah Evans has quietly decided not to resign with TNA, concerning the exodus of many TNA knockouts. While some are leaving, as mentioned earlier, Indy Hartwell has signed with TNA. Also, Victoria Crawford, known to WWE fans for many years as Alicia Fox, is set for her in-ring debut with TNA Wrestling. It was announced on the May 1st episode of TNA Impact that Crawford will challenge Masha Slamovich for the TNA Knockouts World Championship at the upcoming Under Siege. Now let's tackle the matches of the week and wrestlers of the week. WWE Raw. Roxanne Perez vs Rhea Ripley. This match was uber athletic and at times brutal. Unfortunately, it was cut short with the interference of Julia. NXT. Io Sky and Jordynne Grace vs Roxanne Perez and Julia. Roxanne showing up again. What an amazing match. This highlights how talented the women's division is. SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill vs Nia Jax and Naomi. This match was just amazing and focused on the deepest women's division again. Plus, this help leads to a future #1 contender match next week between Nia and Jade. AEW. The 8-man All-Star match. Kenny Omega, Mark Briscoe, Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey vs Young Bucks, Okada and Ricochet. Action-packed and very entertaining. Some of the zany antics added to the appeal, plus how the Young Bucks wanted to comfort Ricochet and his baldness. TNA. Leon Slater vs KC Navarro. Wow, blink and you miss it. Two of the top young stars and they delivered. TNA needs to bank on the likes of these two superstars. Wrestlers of the Week. WWE. Roxanne Perez. Both losing causes but representation of the women's division and proving why she's the Iron Prodigy. AEW. Hangman Page. Advancing in the Owen Hart Cup and continuing his arc of being the face of the company while being unhinged, which will lead to a great match between Will Ospreay vs Page. TNA. Leon Slater. Again the youngest star that is starting to make noise. TNA has a great opportunity to push him to the stratosphere and he has the ability to carry the company. Well, that is another episode of EveryRing. That's everything wrestling. Like always, let's wrestle. Chalo kushti le.
Wrestling is something special. As you can see, our human element dealt with a lot of superstars. King Kong Bundy, a wrestler deserving WWE Hall of Fame. Sherry Martel was an amazing person who helped revolutionize the women's division. The Crusher, who Milwaukee famous, was a classic star. Puppet the Midget was a bigger-than-life superstar who is both engaging and ahead of his time. Wrestling is life and we want to push it forward.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 14, Kenosha Community Television. Remember to tune into my program, Just Talkin', shown right here, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Channel 14. On the program, we cover community events, talk to nonprofit organizations, and who knows, we may bump into a celebrity now and then. So remember to tune in to Just Talkin' Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on Channel 14.
You are watching Kenosha Community Media. We provide you with education, media, and entertainment, while you provide us with the means to teach, entertain, and communicate. Thank you for allowing us to grow See what's next for Kenosha Community Media.
Hey kids, do you guys like cartoons?
I love cartoons!
Do you like to see the old classic cartoons that your families were raised with?
I would love to, but where can I watch those at?
Well, we're bringing back classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where we resurrect old cartoons.
When is it on?
On Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. and Sunday mornings at 10:30, where you get to see classic cartoons like Betty Boop.
I love Betty Boop.
Popeye.
Big Popeye fan.
We have great Huckle and Jekyll.
Oh, I love those.
So Kenosha Community Media is bringing back the classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse.
Question, does Mr. Bonkers have any friends on that show?
He has a lot of friends. We're hosting, we're Chalk and Manimal, but he has great friends like Chef Luigi.
Look over the start, the kids.
He has Peanut the Peacock.
Hello, kids.
He has Cinnamon the Ape.
What's going on, brothers?
And his friend that also hosts a different show, it's Klutz the Clown.
Hey, kids, it's tough being a clown.
So if you enjoy cartoons, if you want to watch something that's whimsical and nostalgic, please tune into Mr. Bonker's Cartoon Apocalypse, Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays at 10, Sundays at 10:30. And we would enjoy to join us because you could be our circus freaks. Bye, kids.
Goodbye, kids.
Hey, Bambinos. Do you like movies?
I sure do. I like other movies.
Yeah, we have a new show called What the Heck Are We Watching?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, it's a show that we review movies for coming weeks.
No, what are we watching? You said what the heck are we watching? You tell me.
We're watching the movies.
Oh, that's all right. We're watching the movies. Hey, you knew we were doing this promo. How come you didn't put your shoes on? That's a little unprofessional, no?
Because of where we like to be freelancing. And we, every Friday at 5 and Saturdays at 10:30, you can listen to our reviews.
We have a great reviews. We're better than those other jabronis that used to do the reviews, huh?
Yeah, if you like Cisco and Ebert, you'll love us better. What the heck are we doing? Oh, watching.
I don't know what we're doing half the time either, but what the heck are we watching?
What the heck are we watching? We go over movies, we give them thumbs up, thumbs down, if we like them, and basically, we tell you if you want to go see a movie or not.
That's all right. And the most important message you get from the show is, visit your grandparents,
Yeah.
It takes 10 to 15 minutes. Just go see them, give them a kiss, some of the hugs, and go to visit, huh?
So, on Fridays at 5.
And Saturday mornings at 10:30.
What the heck are you doing? Watching?
What are you doing right now? It's what the heck are we watching? Sorry, my wife has suffered some of dementia, but it's a what the heck are we watching?
What the heck are we watching? Bye, Bambinos.
Now, my question I have to ask now, where the heck are we parking, right?
Service.
All right.
Just Turned Heel. Hosted by Danger Dan and Diablo Angelico. As seen on EveryRing, that's everything wrestling. Behind the curtain look at professional wrestling. A gritty shoot style of interviews where we look at various aspects of wrestling. Ever wanted to know what an indie star needs to do to get their foot in the door? Ever wanted to know what a booker does? Ever wanted to know the purpose of a referee is? Just Turned Heel will plunge into the world of wrestling and look at every facet. Just Turned Heel, YouTube exclusive, starting January 28, 2024.
Beware, take care. The little green dragon sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys, puppy dog tails, and big, fat snails. Beware! Pull the string! Pull the string! Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater can be viewed on Saturdays at 9 o'clock, Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, and Fridays at midnight. All right, ghoulies, you tune in. You won't be let down.
You haven't seen horror till you've seen horror of the crying skull. See teenagers getting killed. See horror coming at you every scene, and a skull. See the skull coming at you. The skull, and hear her cry. I hope you enjoy the horror of the crying skull.